Hello, JFS again, and welcome to the long-awaited System Test 4. This video is probably going to be a mixture of amateur cinematics and normal system test style video. I'll do a quick system tour before I test the only device, the only trigger device on the system. So here, of course, we have the Bardic Menvia core point, the older style. And my trunk, I don't have any trunking on here, but we have a tiny little fire alarm sign. Don't know why it's so small, I didn't mean to make it that small. But it's just a wire going up. At least it's a bit neat. And there's the conventional Sonos up there. And obviously the wire goes into the bottom of the base. I've got stickers on both of the devices, so blue is for the triggering devices and then yellow is for the sounders and, you know, other notification devices that might be on the system, such as VADs and visual indicators. There are no VADs or visual indicators on the system. However, I do plan to have one in upcoming system tests. That would be very nice. But at the time I don't have one on hand. I have a visual indicator, but I don't think it's compliant with any kind of, you know, anything. This core point is mounted on a white box. The reason being is because it's easier to make holes in it. And I don't want to make holes in the box for this because these core points, they're getting rarer and rarer by the day. So it would be foolish to ruin the back box. On my old system, the back box simply had the wires going behind it. However, that would look quite tacky. It's also the reason I didn't use the Banshee up there, because if I used the Banshee it would have probably looked very stupid. The reason being, the Banshee is well, I have the shallow bass Banshee and this is a deep bass sounder. Deep bass sounders, typically the most common cable entry is the bottom or the top, depending on which way you mount it. I don't think it really matters which way you mount the bass. However, if I had the Banshee, the only cable entry for the bass for that is the back, and I would have had to run the wire behind it, which means it would be like hanging off the wall and it would have looked horrible. The tone on this Sonos sounder, by the way, is the slower alternating that sounds very similar to the Apollo tone. I will not be pressing the core point in this video, however, because it's you know, this is the last piece of glass I have. This is my KAC glass. I need to invest in some glass, but that'll have to wait. When I do invest in some glass, I will upload a video of me breaking this one, because I absolutely hate this one. It's got a scratch on the circle. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can kind of see that on the camera. Yeah, but that scratch is quite ugly. So I'll just break the glass in an upcoming episode of, well, in an upcoming system test, probably. So I'll be testing this unit with the key. Here is the key. So here's a quick look at the panel. It's not really a panel, I made it myself with 3 relays and some breadboard and menu wires. Also, there is a power LED here and this fire LED. So I'll talk you through which relay does what. So this relay here on the breadboard is a 12 volt relay, and 24 volts goes through the core points. The call points obviously have resistors in them, and that makes it so that the 24 volts doesn't kill the relay, which I've tested it, and 24 volts going through the relay doesn't even kill it anyway, so if there was a short I'd probably be fine. However, I don't plan to do that because it does get rather hot. Anyway, so that's that relay, and obviously the contacts for that relay are connected to this relay here, which is an Omron relay, which has, well, it's not a base, is it? What's the word? A socket. Yeah, that's the one. So it has a socket, and that relay is wired to latch. But latching relays on 12 volts can't be used with call point, which is why I have this to act as a driver for it. So basically this is the call point. However, it is just connected to another call point, and that just connects to the loop. And then this obviously just closes a switch inside here, which latches this relay, which sends 12 volts to the alarms. The reason I have this dangling relay here, which I should probably mount somewhere, is because it is used for controlling these LEDs. Well, not this one. This one is just constantly connected so long as this... Well, this is the 24 volt plug, and there's two other plugs beside that, but I can't get it in the shot. So there's a 5 volt plug, and there's a 12 volt plug. 12 volts is for the latching relay. The 5 volts is for what I'm talking about right now, which is this LED and this LED here. This relay is powered from the alarm circuit, so whenever the Sonos is going off, or the Sonos circuit, so yeah, whenever the Sonos is going off, or the Sonos circuit is going off, this LED will illuminate, because 5 volts is being sent through this relay, out of the relay, and to the, through this resistor, and to this LED here. And the reason I need the resistor is because 5 volts fries these tiny little LEDs that you can get for like £1 for 100 of them. They're very cheap, I recommend them actually. Good for little projects, but some of them don't work right, because they're obviously quite cheap. However, these two work fine for this system. So yeah, obviously, if I turn over this way, you can see that these are the terminals where you wire devices to the panel. They're labelled badly, but at least they're labelled. So basically, this one has LO for loop. It's not really a loop, it's, I think the word's radio, I don't know. And then this one is SO for sounder, and plus and minus for the different devices, because they're all dependent on polarity. And so yeah, that's the panel. It's quite big, and there's lots of spare cable for additional devices. However, I probably won't be able to add any more devices in the very near future. However, I will most likely move the system to a shed. I think I mentioned the system that I did have in the shed that I took down. The reason I took it down is because there's loads of spiders in there, and I don't like spiders very much, so let's stay out the shed until some spiders decide that they're going to not run around, and I hate them. Anyway, yeah, this is where it plugs in. This just goes to the 4-way thing, and obviously it hasn't got a silence button or anything, so to silence it you just press the switch on there. Very simple. Very good for this setup that I have here. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe for more system tests, episodes of Ayla Cat, and overviews of different fire alarm devices, which is basically what Ayla Cat is. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.